Hi, everyone, and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Chinenye Oguadinma, a data professional from Nigeria. And in this session today, we'll be talking about how to get a data role on Upwork. So if you're looking to get the bag with your data skills, this session is for you. And guess what? I just invited a top rated Upwork freelancer, a grant specialist who has won over $25K for companies he has worked with. So you just know that you're getting value for your time. I'm really excited to welcome Chukwuma Aroh here, and just stick around and get all the value you can get to get that data role on Upwork this year. Welcome, Chukwuma. I'm really excited to have you here. Can you share a bit about yourself? I know you, but to my audience, so they just know a bit about you and what you'll be telling us today, what you'll be teaching us today.
Hi, everyone listening. My name is Chukwuma Aroh. I am an investment analyst and a business writer. So, as an investment analyst, I help tech startups in Nigeria to access funding, to prepare, get investment ready. I'm also a business writer. I write grants, I create pitch decks, I do consulting for people that are looking to fundraise. And for this episode, I'm coming here as an Upwork freelancer, a top-rated Upwork freelancer who for the past year has had quite a bit of success. And I just feel it's very important to share this story and help other people out there that are struggling with breaking into Upwork. So that's me, and I'm looking forward to this episode.
Thank you. Thank you, Chuma. That was really solid. Funny story, right? I can remember when we wanted to start Upwork. I can't remember the exact year. Probably, no,
2022.
let me try. 2022 or so.
Yeah,
So we started, and then we started trying to send proposals. Honestly, from my end, I gave up. I gave up on Upwork, but Chuma was so consistent, continued sending, and the rest is
yeah.
history. Now he's a top rated Upwork freelancer, amongst other things. Can you just share a bit about the journey from being a newbie, just clueless about Upwork, and then just getting gigs at the comfort of your house, literally?
So I think one thing you missed out is you actually told me about Upwork. I still remember in my little hostel, Chinenye coming in and saying there's this thing called Upwork for freelancers. I'm like, okay, as far as it's coming from China, it's legit. So I think it's been a very, very interesting ride ever since. I think that year I had a couple of, I had very few. So I applied for a lot of jobs, like a lot, and had one or two interviews. I remember the first interview not working out, and then the second one I got a job, but then I lost that job after 1 month because I got greedy. And that's what I try to tell people, that on Upwork, you shouldn't be greedy. So I got greedy with the time tracking. You're paid hourly and you're paid for every work you do an hour. So I decided to extend some of the hours. And that's how I lost that job. And ever since, since that period, it's been tough. But then I started learning, continuous learning, realizing the mistakes I made and improving. And it's just been growing steady over there. So 2023 to 2023 was a very interesting year. And that was when I saw consistent growth in my Upwork. So different jobs coming in. And a client even referred me to another person. So clients referrals, started building my profile, getting good rating. And I think 2024 was when things really grew for me. And I had almost 8x of my earnings. So it really changed a lot of things. And I became very serious. I was like, okay, this is something that can actually make me retire from 9 to 5 job and make me just focus on it. So I started improving myself. And yeah, it's been an interesting ride ever since, meeting new clients from different countries, working from the comfort of your home, and having that flexibility to explore different things, do different passions. So you not just have that money to spend on your passions, but you also have the time as well. So it's been interesting, I would say.
Thank you so much for sharing, Chuma. I was actually muted. Honestly, I totally forgot that I was on the I totally forgot that I was even the one that recommended Upwork. Like at the first trial when it didn't work out, I forgot about Upwork for like maybe 2 years or so. I think it was last year that I came to you. I was like, more, I think I want to like try this again. And then you kind of guided
Yeah.
me, okay, this is how you set your rate, this is how you write, this is just those little tips that helped. And I actually got a client and got my first fitting on Upwork, which was really interesting. It's just an encouragement to anybody out there that is starting their journey, or maybe you've tried Upwork before the past 3 years and it's like nothing is working. Just maybe this might be the big
Yeah.
break for you. What you're going to be learning here, it's going to be that big break for you. So just try again and you never know. Shuma, can you walk us through the practical things that you did that helped you get a role? I know at the beginning you talked about how you gradually increased to up to 8 times. That means that you probably
Yeah.
didn't start from there. Can you walk us through a little bit of how you started, maybe how you got gigs?
All right. That's fine. So first thing really is deciding on a skill. Um, you may find that, and a lot of things involve research. You may find that, okay, what you currently do, you love what you do. You could be working in a particular industry, but it's not what's in demand on Upwork. So you have to really first understand what are the top skills that are in demand on Upwork. And it's very interesting that we're having this conversation because just last year, Upwork released a note, a research. So it was backed by data. And they said that some of the top skills, the top two skills on Upwork as at 2024 were coding and web development and data science and analytics. So for our audience here who are the data geeks, those that are looking to begin or already professionals in data science and analytics were one of the highest paid skills on Upwork in demand. And it's really driven by the whole AI and AI adoption. So things like data visualization, extraction, processing, mining, Gen AI, deep learning, so much more. And I think that's the very first thing. So what is that high paying skill that is on demand? And when you've decided that, really the next thing you need to understand is, and this is something I also tell my students, is create a client avatar. So it's very important to create a client avatar because you get to understand clients' needs, what their goals are, what they are looking to achieve, what their problems are. And you find that once you understand your problem, the problem of these clients, you can create an avatar that you can creatively put it on your profile. You can put it anywhere on your, even when you're applying for jobs, you're sending cover letters, you already know what they are going through, you already know what to say, you already understand the language. For instance, in my industry, people call pitch decks investor decks. They are used interchangeably. But on Upwork, people mainly call it pitch decks. So if you come in and say it's an investor deck, you may not get the clients they are looking for. So you need to really understand who your clients are, what their pain points are. And the next thing really is the profile. The profile, I would say, is more important than the cover letters you're sending on Upwork. And here's why. Last year, I I worked with around 6 clients or more, right? And out of these 6 clients, I did not apply to a single job to get them. They all came in through invites. They all came in through direct DMs in my messages. And I wasn't so big on Upwork, right? I wasn't there. It was more like my learning phase on Upwork. After different years, 2022, 2023 of trying, and 2024, I was beginning to implement certain things I was learning. And it started with improving and optimizing my profile. So when I did the client's avatar, I understood that my clients, the major thing they are looking to achieve is to raise funding for their business. So if you go to my profile, although I've taken that out, I'm still improving my profile. The very first line on my profile was, and this is in quote exactly what I wrote: warning, you may receive funding. That was exactly what I put. And that was a game changer for me because anybody that comes there, okay, this guy will help me get funding. I want to meet this guy. So when you talk about optimizing your profile, it's different things. It's from your title. So it's also something I show my students how to really draft your title in a way that you can get when clients are searching for that industry, your name comes first. So it's also about creating specialized profile. I know a lot of people like to put different things. Maybe you're doing virtual assistant, you're doing data entry, you're doing this and that, and you want to put in one profile. You shouldn't. So create specialized profiles. Upwork allows you to create specialized profiles for these different skill sets. And when you create this profile, they all have their individual titles, they all have their individual skills. So there's a part on Upwork profile that is for skills. So you get like 15, you get to put 15 skills that you're good at. So you creatively create those specialized profile with your own individual skills and your own individual portfolio so that when clients search for you, you get discovered. And for particularly our data audience, they may say, okay, because one important part of your profile is your portfolio. And I know a lot of people that come to me, they say, um, I'm, I'm, I'm in data space. I just work with Excel. How can I put a portfolio out there that is just an Excel sheet? And one thing that you can do is explainer videos, right? So on your portfolio could be explainer videos. So walk a client through how you were able to solve this problem for this client on Excel. Work a client, you could use Loom, you could use other tools where you can really show what you're doing, what the work process is like, and the scale of the project you've done for them with data. So I think going back to what I said about client's avatar, the one skill that you should understand when it comes to your Upwork profile is SEO, because when you understand what the clients are looking for, then you can use that to build your Upwork profile. So you could say, okay, the clients are looking for, they're trying to solve a particular problem. So you walk them through how you help other clients solve that problem on your Upwork profile, how you help them achieve a certain result that you know any other new client that is coming would understand and would want to get that result as well. And so that's what you use to build your profile. So finally, on the profile, one thing I want to add, which is very important, is something I like to call first line magic. So the very first one or two sentences on the Upwork profile is very, very important. So there are different ways you could go around that, and it's very important to have that. So finally, if I was to say a top three thing that really helped me in my journey is my cover letters. And one thing I do in my cover letters that have worked for me is asking clarifying questions. So back when I started, if I want to do a cover letter to a particular job post or job ad I see, I would say, okay, my name is Chukwuma Aroh. I'm a grant writer. I do this. I do this. These are what other clients have said about me. These are the things I can offer to you. And then I build this very long cover letter that nobody gets to read. And it doesn't get me jobs. It doesn't get me jobs. But one thing I've noticed that have worked for me is when I write a short, concise cover letter, but end it with a clarifying question. So the client says, okay, I need someone to come and do XYZ thing for me. Ask them a question that makes them want to respond to you, and prompts them to respond to you. So like, let me see if I can get an example. So let's say they posted an ad for social media marketing. Then you could ask them, okay, are you considering these platforms, or have you tried this approach, or would you also need me to do this? Or just to clarify, are you saying this? So ask them these triggering questions that, okay, it will prompt them that, okay, this person understands what I need. And this is a very good question. I want to respond to them. So most times you just kick off the interview with the conversation. And that's how it has been with my clients. They come in, we start talking, and those are the top three things I would say really helped me in my journey last year.
Thank you so much. You've shared a lot of valuable things right now. I love the idea of the client avatar. I've never really thought about it in that way. I love how you connected client avatar to what you put on your profile. It kind of makes sense to me thinking about it now, because when clients come to your profile, they're looking for someone to solve a particular need for them. So if your profile is specifically tailored to serve a particular client, it will be easier for them to identify you at a glance. I also love
Exactly.
what you said about creating specialized profiles for different skill sets. During my first year, maybe that's what contributed to it because it felt like my profile was chaotic. You're writing, you have writing skills, project management, design. Can you pick something? What I'm sure maybe the clients are looking at it. Okay, so what do you do exactly? I like the fact that you did not explicitly say pick a niche, but more like can you create specialized profiles so that whether it's data skills, writing skills, photography, whatever, people can just see that specialized profile of the particular skill set.
To add to that client's avatar. So the thing is, every app, just like Upwork, so LinkedIn, any other platform that brings people together, has algorithms, right? And these algorithms are designed to identify specific keywords. If you're a grant writer, or if you do this, if you're a data engineer, they all identify specific keywords. And when clients come on board on Upwork to search for a particular client talent or post a particular job, they all indicate certain keywords in their job ad, or when they are searching for freelancers, they type in specific words. Like if I'm a client looking for someone that does data entry, first thing I'll type is data entry, right? So you understanding these different keywords and these different things clients search for will help you build your profile in a way that if the clients search for it, you get discovered. So there are different ways you could later that in your title, in your job, in your profile overview, in your skills tag, in your even in your portfolio. You understand these certain keywords because you built your client avatar. So you litter all of these things all over your profile. So that if a client searches for you, you get discovered. So that's one thing that I think people should take home when it comes to importance of building your avatar, client's avatar.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. You guys build your client avatar. It's really important. It's the foundational work. I know we want to get the bag, we want to make money, but we need to create systems and structures in place that allow these things become easier in the long run. Then something I also loved that you mentioned was when you talked about concise cover letters over lengthy cover letters. But then a random thought came to my mind. I know Upwork has this AI tool that kind of helps people, work on cover letters. And then sometimes on Upwork proposals, you see clients that be like, make sure you don't write your cover letters with AI. What's your perspective around using AI to fast track creating cover letters that work?
I hope Upwork doesn't come for me for this, but don't use it. Don't use it. Just what you should do is because you understand, you know the skills that you offer, and you understand your clients. First thing to do is create templates for different cover letters, for different
Okay.
jobs, different roles. Create templates for each of them. Know areas that you can tweak. Definitely, you can't use the same template for all the different jobs that come in. Always know how to creatively tweak. Always know what clarifying questions to ask. Read the job ad itself and know which template works for which. Know how to tweak the cover letter so it fits the particular job ad. Know what clarifying questions to ask. Keep it short and concise. So I, I, I me personally, I haven't used that AI feature because I, I, I don't see. Maybe you could try it. Maybe it work for you, but for me, it doesn't work for me. And I feel you should have your own creativity because a lot of people can see things written by AI. I know an email that's written by AI. I know a LinkedIn comments that's written by AI. I know a post, a blog that's written by AI. So you could use AI to refine the ones you've already written, but
Mhm.
don't use AI to create it from scratch.
Yeah, that makes sense. Thank you so much, Shuma. The last question I want to ask, let's say I followed the steps from the beginning, thinking about my client avatar, working on my profile, creating really strategic cover letters to suit specific proposals. And I've and I finally get my first client, how
Yeah.
do I ensure that this first contract like goes well and I get a high review? Because I feel if the first client gives me a bad review, it's giving maybe I'm not like
Yeah.
good. So how do I really ensure that this first work is perfect?
Yes, very good question. So, and it's very important because Upwork has something called job success score. I have 100% job success score because right from my very
Oh,
first client, I've done over 1,000 hours on Upwork, and it's been consistent 5-star rating ever since. So if your job success score drops, I see people that have 50%, 80%. It can be very demoralizing for you as a freelancer, but it also affects some kind of job, certain type of jobs that you get on Upwork, because certain clients like to search, okay, I just want someone that has 100% job success score, or a 90% or 85%. So really important to have that consistent 5-star rating. And yeah, there are different ways that you can do that. The first thing is, I would say plan. Say plan, plan, plan. Very important. Plan. And clients love people that are well organized and can, and they believe that you have things in control. So whether it is you writing out the targets, just yesterday I wrote down, like, I had this client that was just putting different tasks in the air that I have to achieve. And then I was able to sit down and, okay, write it down. Okay, this is the first week, this is what we hope to achieve. And this is when I'll communicate to you when I've achieved what I've achieved. We're doing daily or bi-weekly. By next week, this is what you should expect in terms of deliverables. This is so just lay out the plan for the client. So he also gives them that feeling that, okay, this person can take care of everything. And also it helps them feel that, okay, things are in control. And really setting that out for them early on is very, very important. The second thing is be likable. So I make a lot of jokes with my clients. Very important. I make a lot of jokes with my clients. We talk as if we are. One of my clients call me bro. So we talk as if we are just here to achieve a certain goal, and make jests. Don't be a robot. Be a human being. Talk calmly. Um, if you're in Nigerian, don't call them sir. Don't call them sir. Just call them by their name or whatever they want to be addressed as, and um give good feedback. So every client don't know everything. So if you have an opinion about something, give feedback. It really helps them have that feeling that this person is in control. And don't be like me, don't be greedy. Don't be greedy. So if you're working hourly, Upwork usually gives you a tracking tool that tracks everything, what you type, your screen, your work rates and everything. So don't try to extend the time and leave work to stall. Don't be greedy, honest and everything. So also lastly, communicate, right? And not lastly, but communication is very important. But lastly, give quality work. Give your best. Give everything you have. Don't pick up too many tasks or too many jobs that you cannot give. You're only giving 25% to everything. Give at least 80% to this particular client, because it would compound over time. And I'll tell you a story. This client I had, we did some work for a good period of time, and I was likable. I spoke to him like I'm not a robot, like he's a human. I gave quality work. I I did everything by the book, right? And in the end of the project, because the project ended, he referred me to his aunt, right? And I worked for his auntie for a full year until I left myself. So that's just the beauty of things. When you meet a client, engage a client like this is a long-term relationship, even if the project is short-term, because they would always have more gigs, they will always have more opportunities for you. So build that relationship early on so that they can get to recommend you to other things. And I think that's, if I was to share everything, those are like really important things that you should do with every client, especially the last one, which is giving quality work and be consistent over
yeah.
time with that. So
Yeah, I really loved everything you shared. It's really important because I mean, you don't want to mess up your first opportunity. So it's really
Exactly.
important. And also what you said about being likable. Nobody's saying you should kiss ass for lack of better words, but just genuinely care about the work and genuinely show up. Something that I did with my first gig, also that I learned from also working with you and just learning from your journey, is to always update my client on what I was going to do in a week. At the start of each week, I would say these are the couple of things I'm going to be working this week. And then at the end of the week, I would tell them these are the things that I achieved at the end of the week. Yes, sometimes Upwork tracks your what the work that you're doing, but it also adds to the point that Chukwuma said about not being robotic. Communicate, talk, speak with your words. This is what I'm doing. Just interact. It really helps in the long run. It also helps as additional accountability. So someone will not say, "Oh, you didn't do anything for my company," but you can just go back and say, "These are actually things well
Yeah.
documented that I've done." Exactly. So, yeah, thank you
Yeah.
so much for sharing. Something else that I would add, and then you can speak more of, you know, how when we start on a new platform and already you want to be paid $100 per hour. I'm exaggerating, but you just want to be paid $100 per hour. So maybe people should also embrace starting small, because at the start of your journey in Upwork, you probably won't be getting the big gigs, not because you're not good enough, but just because you're new on the platform. Chuma can talk a little bit about that because he's the pro. He's the top rated dancer here.
My last class last year, December, what I told students there really is Upwork is a very classist app. When you're starting out, you don't have a job on Upwork, you don't have a rating. Clients look at you as nothing. They look at you as that person at the bottom of the food chain that they don't want to take a bet on. So it's very, very important that you secure that very first job. And really, what's piggybacking on what Chinenye said, starting small, be patient with your growth and understand that things take time. When I started in 22, I think what we set as at then was $3 or $4. $4 if we were lucky. If we were lucky, $4 an hour. You receive $3, you receive $2, we chase it. And those things compound over time. Last year, I increased mine. The beginning of last year, I increased mine to $10, and then I also set certain jobs. So certain jobs that it takes me a day or two to complete, I set it at $100 benchmark, right? Because I had like compounded these ratings, these small gigs here and there to really boost my profile, and so I was able to set that $10. And then I know before that it was $5. I increased it to $5. I felt that was the holy grail of where I could reach. But then last year I set it at $10 and jobs were coming in. But because they've understood that this guy has experience, he's been here long enough, he has accumulated that rating, and we can trust him. Trust is very important. So $10 gigs came in and I went with that for the year. This year I've increased it to 18. So between 15 to 18 is my sweet spot. For certain jobs, I can get to 20. So, and it wasn't possible until I got to a particular milestone, right? I got top rated. I got 1,000 hours in work, $10,000 in earning. So I was able to set it at that benchmark. But right now, if I see a $10 job, I would still consider it, right? Except it's not a long-term one. So really understanding that these things are meant to compound, and don't start your journey setting $15, $20, $10 because maybe you've done a Google search and you see what are data entry people earning, or you've checked ChatGPT and you say they're earning $20 an hour and you set it. Start small. Start with $5. One of my students last year started with $5, right? And she's been getting jobs. So if you set it to $10, she may not get as much, right? So it's just building over time and expecting that growth to come in, right? And also another thing you could do which I think I missed out on, is offer free work. So two things. First is offering free work, right? Offer free consultation, offer free value. Don't build a relationship transactional. Don't be a transactional person. Right? Sometimes offer free work, build that trust over time. Most times the client may not have money at this time, but because you've helped them at a point where they are their lowest, once the money comes trickling in, they'll remember you. Second thing to do really is cross-sell. So you have a client that's coming to you for data entry, but you do social media marketing and you've seen they do social media marketing. You could always pitch that particular service to them and try to make extra money from that service as well. So yes, I I trust those help.
Yes, it's super helpful. Personally, I've gotten so much value from this, and I can't even tell how much value people rewatching this will get. Thank you so much, Chuma, for this. You've heard Chuma talking about classes, students. So he actually guides people or teaches people how to maximize Upwork, and he would actually be giving a discount, right? So people are never so for classes. But Chuma, do you want to like talk more about the classes, what it entails? Yeah,
Sure,
thank
sure.
you.
So it's a 3-day class because I don't believe someone can learn Upwork in one day. So it's a 3-day class spread across the week, quite flexible based on the cohort. And each of these days, we have 2 hours each of very engaging and very thorough learning. So first day, you learn how to set up your profile, how to create a client avatar, how to decide on the skill you want to offer, right? And also how to really optimize your profile to attract jobs. Because the beauty of Upwork and what I'm seeing lately is most times you don't need to apply to a job to get it. Clients can DM you, clients can invite you to apply, and you don't need to go through the whole endless of searching for jobs hour on hour to really find a job. So it's really about setting up your profile. On day two is really about finding jobs and understanding the entire Upwork platform because there are a lot of nuances to Upwork that you really need to understand how to track your finances, how to track your work, how to really understand how to understand the platform really, and also how to find jobs, how to filter for jobs, what time you should apply for jobs, and the type of clients you should never apply to. And on day three, really, it's about um, drafting cover letters, client management, which is very, very important, and what to include in your cover letters, and best practices, things you shouldn't do, how to really manage clients, because you may getting jobs in, but you notice that some of your jobs end in a week, end in a month. You cannot build a consistent relationship over time. Some of my clients have gone on 2 years with me. So really knowing how to go the extra mile with your clients, keep them coming back to you. So really those 3 days, it's packed. But the main benefits really, aside from those sessions, is you get to join the community of other freelancers. You also get to get access to me anytime to ask any questions, any clarifying questions. If you're stuck, you can always get access to me. And usually, when I see exceptional students that come to my class, I connect them to certain freelancers because lately there's been more clients than I have time to manage. So most times I push work to certain people that come to my class that I see that are really exceptional students. So whether you're in data, whether you're in marketing, whether you're in content, whether you're in the space where I'm in business writing, pitch decks, grants writing, there are tons of people that reach out to me, but I don't have time to really work with them. So really it's also about exposure, about getting to meet me and getting to work with me. So all of that packed into the class. And as Chinenye said, there's a discount for people on this channel. The class is 50,000 Naira, but for people on this channel, for a very limited time, it's going to be 35,000 Naira for each and every one of you. I only take 15 students each quarter. So we have 4 classes each quarter, and I only work with 15 students. So right now halfway to the 15 mark. I haven't even posted on my LinkedIn or anywhere. I know from next week on my LinkedIn, you start seeing more posts about it, what to expect. But we're already halfway there. So sign up, reach out to Chinenye. There'll be a Google form on this YouTube channel. So you can sign up there, indicate interest, and I'll get to you when the class is about to start and for you to make payments. So that is all for the class. If you can't join in this quarter, I think the next class is going to be February. If you can't join in this quarter, you could always join in next quarter. Yeah. And if you
Thank
sign up early, there is a referral discount. So sign up,
you.
let me
Nice.
know, and I'll share the discount
Thank
to you.
you.
So yeah,
Thank you.
that's it.
Thank you so much, Shuma. You guys, don't worry. I would attach the link to sign up to the description of this video. So just look out for that. Thank you so much, Shuma, for your time. I really appreciate it. How can people find you if they want to follow you on social media?
I sleep on LinkedIn. You see me on LinkedIn. So just I think we should. I'll also put a link to my LinkedIn profile
All
there. So
right.
that's where you can find me. That's where we can talk. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So yeah. And I think
All
maybe
right.
also my Upwork profile, but I think that's important. So where you can find me.
Okay. All right, we'll do that. Thank you so much. So you guys don't forget to subscribe, like this video if you want more videos like this. I'm really excited to see everyone excel and get the bag in 2025. So good luck. Bye.